Hey scholars, today we're going to be looking at ELA Math Lesson 2 for week 19. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and we'll go ahead and get started. All right, so our objective here is we're going to count from $10 to $1,000 using place value charts and an empty number line. So let's start off with some practice for a reminder of money. So let's count and change coins to 30 cents. So a penny has a value of 1 cent, correct? So a penny is 1 cent. And a dime has a value of 10 cents. Even though dimes are smaller, they're worth more. So how many pennies are in a dime? Well, if a dime is worth 10 cents and a penny is worth 10, that means that there are 10 pennies in a dime. So now, I'm just going to draw this. Let's trade 1 penny, or let's trade 10 pennies for a dime. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's trade these for 1 dime. Now, if we have 1 dime and 10 pennies, what is the value of our coins? So if we have 1 dime and 10 pennies, what is the value of our coins now? Well, a dime's worth 10 cents, so we have 10. And 10 pennies are worth 10 cents as well. So 10 cents plus 10 cents equals 20 cents. That can also be written as 2 dimes or 5 nickels or 20 pennies. So Sarah earns $10 each week for weeding the garden. If she saves all of her money, how many weeks will it take her to save up $150? So let's go ahead and let's draw a picture for this, because this is a word problem. So we want to be able to draw pictures to help us. I'm going to use a number line because the example below shows it a different way that I will explain too. Okay, so this is going to be a double number line where we're going to draw both values on top and the bottom so we can see what we need. So the bottom, we're going to have weeks, and the top, we're going to have money. So on the first week, she made $10, right? And we're going to keep going up. On the second week, now she has $20. On the third week, she has $40. Oh, sorry, no, she has 30. Mr. Cannon needs to learn how to count by tens, apparently. On the fourth week, $40. On the fifth week, $50. On the sixth week, $60. On the seventh week, $70. On the eighth week, $80. On the ninth week, $90. On the 10th week, $100. On the 11th week, $110. On the 12th week, $120. On the 13th week, $140. Oh, Mr. Cannon did it again. I don't know why he's missing 30, but it's happening. Okay. On the 14th week, $140. And on the 15th week, $150. So we have $150 on the 15th week. So it took 15 weeks to earn $150. Now let's look at what they did on their example. Well, on their example, they wrote out the actual money, and then they combined these 10 into a 10 weeks, which equaled $100. And then they added 5 more $10 bills to make 150. So 150 is 15 tenths, so it will take Sarah 15 weeks to earn $150. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do some number line practice. We're going to get the 776. We're going to get the 900 from 776. I'm going to show you multiple ways to do it. I'm going to start with the way I prefer because I think it's the easiest way, but you can start with whatever way you prefer. So I'm going to start off by going from lowest to biggest. So we're going to start with 1, and then we're going to go to 10, and then we're going to go to 100. So we're starting at 776. So I need to go up by 1 to get to 777. I need to go up by 1 to get 778. I need to go up by 1 to get to 779. And I need to go up to 1 to get to 780. Now, we could keep going by ones, but we could be more efficient. And since I got to the 780 where the 0 is, now what I want to do is I want to count by tens. Because now I'm at a tens place. And I can get to a hundreds place after that. So I'm going to go by 10 to get to 790. And then I'm going to go by 10 to get to 800. And then I'm going to put my arrow down here. So now I'm at 800. Now what I can do is I can go by hundreds because we still need to get to 900. So I'm going to go by 100 and get to 900. And that would be my preferred way of counting just because I think it makes more sense in my head to go from smallest to biggest. But other people are different and that's okay. Now I'm going to do another one, which is going to be biggest to smallest. This one takes a little more thinking, or biggest to lowest. So we're going to start at 776, and we're going to start with the hundreds because we know we need to go up to 100. We need to go up at least 100 because 1,000 would be too much. That gives us 876. Now, if we're going up to 900, can we add another 100 from 876? No, that's too much. Okay, now we're going to go up by tens because that is after 100. So 886, then we're going to go up by 10 again, which will be 896. Can we go up by 10 again? No, because that'll be 1006. We need to go up by ones now. So we have a 1, which will give us 897. We'll go up by 1, which will give us 898. We'll go up by 1, which will give us 899. And finally, we'll go up by 1, which will give us 900. Now, the question I'm going to have you do in your accountability notebooks or on the computer, either one's okay. You don't have to do both though. And do not submit it yet because I'm going to be asking you another question after that, is I want you to write using this method, the arrow method, from 108 to 300. So you're going to start at 108, and you're going to use any strategy you want to get to 300. All right, go ahead and pause the video and try that. And then after you're done with that, unpause the video and we'll go to the next part. So the cool thing is with 776 and 900, we could also use a number line. So I'm going to draw this number line as well so you guys can see it from my perspective. And it's not just a drawing that you just see in the book. Is we'll start at 776. Now, we don't have to count by ones if we don't want to. I just did it to show it. But if you know that 776 can get to the nearest 10 with 4, just add 4. So we have 4 ones, which will get us to 780. And if you know 2 tens or 20 makes 800, go ahead and write that. You don't even have to write 2 tens. You could just write 20 if you want, which is 800. And then we have 1 more 100, which will get us 900. You don't have to write them in unit form if you don't want to. You could write them as 4, 20, and 100. Either way is okay. All right. So we're going to use an empty number line for this, from 70 to 300. So what I'm going to do first for my empty number line is I'm going to draw a number line. We're going to start at 70. And I'm going to do the way I would normally do it, where I'm going to go by ones, then tens, then hundreds, which will get us to 300. So do we need any ones? No, because we're already at a 10. See, we're already at 70. So we don't need any more ones. So I'm just going to start at tens. And I know that I need to get to 100 from 70 to be able to start counting by hundreds. So let's go ahead and count with 70. So 70 to 80, 90, 100. There are 3 tens in 70, which will get us to 100. Now I'm going to do the same thing with 100 to 300. So I'm at 100, 200, 300. There are 2 hundreds and 300. Perfect. All right, now we're going to go to this one that says, I can find out how many tens are in 1,000. So our objective is we're going to explore $1,000 and how many $10 bills can we change for a $1,000 bill. So we're going to count and change coins from 85 to 132 cents. So I'm going to use an empty number line for this one. So we're going to start at 85 cents. That is 85 pennies, 10 nickels, 5 pennies, any sort of denomination. But we're going to stick with ones and tens. So if I have 85 cents, how can I get to the closest dime? How can I get to the closest value of 10? Well, let's check. So I have 85 cents, so 86, 87, 88, 89, 90. It took me 5 fingers to get there, so that's 5 cents. So to get the 90 cents, we need 5 pennies, because pennies are worth 1 cent. Now we're going to go to dimes, and we're going to count up to, we're going to try to get to 132, but it might not work. All right, you ready? So we're going to count from 90 until we get to a number that's above 132, and then we can't use that number. So 90, 100, 110, 120, 130, 140. Oh, 132 is smaller than 140, so let's take that away, and we're at 130, which took 4 fingers, or 4 dimes, or 4 tens. And now, oh, I'm sorry, not 140. Oh, record scratch. Back up, 130. It took 4 dimes to get to 130 cents. Now, we have 130, but we need to go back to pennies. Why do we need to go back to pennies? Because we have a 2 at the end of the 130. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the extra 2 pennies, which will get us to 132 cents. Jerry is a 2nd grader. He was playing in the attic and found an old dusty trunk. When he opened it, he found things that belonged to his grandfather. There was a cool collection of old coins and bills in the album. One bill was worth $1,000. Wow, Jerry started daydreaming. He thought about how good it would be to give as many people as he could a $10 bill. He thought about how he had felt on his birthday last year when he got a card from his uncle with a $10 bill inside. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to make another page so we can work on this together after I find it. Okay, there we go. Okay, So let's go ahead and label things that are important. So Jerry's a second grader. Is that necessary to the problem? No, we don't need to worry about that. He was playing in the act and found a dusty old trunk. Is that something that's important to the math problem? No, it's important to the story, but not the math problem. When he opened it, he found things that belonged to his grandfather. Do we need to know that? No, we don't. There was a cool collection of old coins and bills in the album. Do we need that for the math problem? No. One bill was worth $1,000. Do we need any of that? Yes, we need the $1,000. One bill, the bill was worth $1,000. We need that. Do we need wow? No, we don't need wow. Jerry laid down and started daydreaming. Do we need that? No, not important to the problem. He thought about how good it would be to give as many people as he could a $10 bill. That's important. He wants to give as many people as he could a $10 bill. He thought about how he felt on his birthday when he got a card from his uncle with a $10 bill inside. Nah, we don't need that. We don't need to know how he feels. We just need to know how much he could give to people. So let's look at the things we have highlighted. One bill is worth $1,000, and he wanted to give as many people as he could a $10 bill. So here we have a $1,000 bill. What we're going to do is we're going to try to figure out how many $10 bills it takes to get to 1,000. So what I want to do is I want to find a pattern. So I know that tens, hundreds, and thousands are all base 10. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find out how many $10 bills it takes to get to 100. And then after I figure that out, I can figure out how many 100s it takes to get to 1,000. And then we can figure the math out that way. So let's go ahead and see how many bills it takes to get to 100. So I'm going to draw a blank bill here. Get a little smaller. And I'm going to copy it. Actually, I can put the $10 in there. That way I don't have to do it later. All right, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Remember, I like to keep my things in lines of 5. I think that makes it really easy, it's like our 10 frames. 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So it took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It took 10 of these, to equal a $100 bill, right? So it took 10 $10 bills to make a $100 bill. Now, how many $100 bills do I need to make 1,000? Let's go ahead and see. So I think what I'll do is I'll shrink this. That way we have room. Yep, there we go. So now I have my $100 bill, and I need to see how many $100 bills it takes to make 1,000. So I have one $100 bill, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1,000. So it took 10 $100 bills, to make a $1,000 bill. So 10 tens equals 100. 10 hundreds equals 1,000. So if 10 tens equals 100, that means for each of these $100 bills, we can count 10 tens. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and copy paste these $100 bills down here. And we're going to count by tens because it takes 10 tens. So we have 10 tens, 20 tens, 30 tens, 40 tens, 50 tens, 60 tens, 70 tens, 80 tens, 90 tens, and last but not least, 100 tens. So it takes 100 tens, $10 bills, to equal a $1,000 bill. That one's a bit complicated, and if you have any questions on that in class, we will go over it again, trust me. Now, I have one more question for you. I want you in the book, in your accountability book, or online, is write $56 in bills. So you'll be using tens and ones. All right, you guys, have a great day, and I will see you on Monday or Tuesday.